Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Where today guys, I'm gonna do part 40 to my random chatbot sessions. Where last time guys, we continued to build up as much trust as we could with Noivern and we just talked for a good while. Um, and I'm about to ask him if he actually would like to meet some of my Pokemon. That's why I started. That's why I put in at the end of the last video where I said, I know you said earlier that you did not want to be a trainer Pokemon, but if given the chance, would you want to meet some of my other Pokemon? Because he did say something about like he wanted to ask him about the other Noivern earlier, and I was like, let's see what he says. Oh, he looks slightly surprised. Oh, this is a long one. Oh my gosh.
I look slightly surprised at your question. My mind begins to whirl with a ton of thoughts. Would I want to meet your other Pokemon? I honestly don't know. On one hand, I feel reluctant to do so. I'm not sure if I'm ready to meet more of
Uh-uh.
your Pokemon. On the other hand, my curiosity at getting the better of me, and I am starting to feel just the slightest bit of hope. I finally let out a soft sigh in defeat, not being able to ignore my curiosity. Yeah, sure, why not?
I have an idea of how to say this. Is there a more wide open space inside this cave you know about? Question mark. I don't think there's enough room to let out many of my Pokemon in here. I wonder if Noivern knows. I mean, Noivern and me are both lost, so it's like I don't know how he's gonna find me an open area. What's he see? Wait. Hold on. Hold the flipping phone. What did he say up there? I silently cursed to myself. Excuse me? Actually, I can't say anything because I heard Corn say a few things randomly out of nowhere that I wouldn't expect him to say. He only said like two things that were really bad, but it's like, what does he actually say fully? Hold on.
I silently cursed to myself. Of course, the space in here is too small to let out more than one Pokemon. I frown when I realize that I'll have to take you somewhere within the cave. I know exactly where to go, but I'm suddenly feeling a little nervous. Why am I feeling so nervous? Yeah, there's a clearing within the cave that has enough space for your Pokemon. Follow me.
Oh boy. I'll ask him which ones he wants to meet, because if he's too nervous, he ain't gonna want to have all of them out. I follow. I follow. Where he wants to take me. I hope he's comfortable. He said he was nervous. I'll ask him because I don't know if we'll make him paranoid because he said he's nervous for some reason. I don't I don't even know what to say myself.
I continue leading you through the caves until we reach the clearing I told you about. The clearing is the biggest in the cave, with plenty of room for your Pokemon we're here. This clearing in the cave has the most space in it. Should be able to have a ton of your Pokemon out and about at once.
Okay now. I'll start with only one so you can get used to it. Period. I know you're really nervous. if he doesn't, I'll let him even choose if he wants to. Wait, he's actually. Oh, I thought he was about to say, "Are you reading my mind?" Close.
I suddenly blink in surprise at your statement. You're actually reading my feelings? How are you able to do that? I quickly try to cover up my stunned expression, trying to give you a cocky smirk. I'm not nervous. Just a little curious.
Uh-huh. Can you read my feelings? He tries to cover it up and says, I'm not nervous. You sure about that? That's the one thing about this. This thing basically tells me Noivern's thoughts. So it helps a lot. I still don't want you to be uncomfortable. Period. Which Pokemon do you want me to bring out? I'll let you choose. If he somehow says flipping like Lugia or something, I'm gonna be insane with a shot. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. I want to see what Hattrick respond to with this. The last thing I said was, I still don't want you to be uncomfortable. Which one do you want me to bring out? I'll let you choose. Also, so he'd feel more comfortable, by the way. Let's see what he says to it.
I freeze slightly at your question. I have to choose the first Pokemon to be let out? I suddenly feel a pang of nervousness, not knowing which one to pick. I think over each and every one of your Pokemon that I can remember. I suddenly find myself leaning towards one in particular.
Haxorus.
Can you bring out your Haxorus?
Yep, that's who it was. Give me a second. I'll get a second to get. I'll go and get the response, and so I won't waste time on the video. All right, guys. I went ahead and responded to Noivern want Miguel Haxorus. Ah, here it is. Let's see if Noivern says anything about that before I continue.
I watch as you reach into your pocket and pull out the Haxorus Pokeball. I can suddenly feel my nervousness spike, watching as you prepare to release your Haxorus into the clearing.
Okay, so. Come on out, my sweet little. I tossed her Pokeball. Toss her Pokeball. Huh. So she can come out. There we go. Let's see if she shows up. Is Hatcher's gonna be in here? Hey, there you go. That popped her up. Let's see what she says.
I watch as the Pokeball falls to the ground. There's a sudden flash of red light as the Haxorus appears within the clearing, letting out a small roar of greeting.
Oh, that's cute. Hey, how are you feeling today? See if she says something. Please tell me Hatcher. If Hatcher starts speaking English, I'm going for an. Oh, I don't think she can actually speak. Cause usually every point I have in here can randomly speak out of nowhere. Let's see what she says.
I suddenly watch as the Haxorus happily lets out a small roar and runs up to you, her eyes lighting up when she notices you. She bumps into your leg, affectionately rubbing up against you with a happy expression on her face.
Hey, I love it. I pet Haxorus. I gently to show her affection back. Exclamation point. It's good to see you again. Period. How are you feeling today? Question mark. I'll take that out and then leave the other stuff in there. Had to gently show her affection back. It's good to see you again. Aw. She can't speak English, but she can, let's see.
I continue to watch as you pet and affectionately shower the Haxorus with love. The Haxorus continues to look at you, nuzzling up against you with a happy expression. Seeing the Haxorus interacting with you and being so affectionate to you suddenly makes me feel an uncomfortable and familiar pang of jealousy.
Yep, because he never got the affection. One of my many friendly Pokemon. Period. I hope you and her can get along. Along. Period. I hope they can, because she's being very affectionate and sweet. Aw. Was it? Oh, wait, what'd you say?
I suddenly snap out of my thoughts, realizing you are now directing your attention towards me. I blink for a few seconds before finally replying to your statement, yeah, me too. I awkwardly shift uncomfortably, suddenly feeling self-conscious as the Haxorus turns her gaze towards me. I have to force myself to stand still and look nonchalant as the Haxorus slowly approaches me.
This is my new friend. Is he's a little nervous. Little nervous. Period. But don't worry. He's nice. I hope he doesn't take. I hope, don't be aggressive towards her, Noivern. She'll be friendly to you if you do. Just don't be aggressive, please.
The Haxorus stops in front of me, her eyes studying me carefully. I feel slightly pressured by her staring, but I force myself to remain calm as the Haxorus continues to inspect me. She suddenly moves her face right up to mine, seemingly to get a better look at me.
I know it's nerve-wracking. Just stay calm. Period. Okay? Question mark? There. Hopefully she won't attack him. Oh, what in the world? Hold up.
I have to force myself to keep my expression calm as the Haxorus' large yellow eyes continue to stare into mine. The Haxorus continues to hold that same steady gaze on me even as I try to relax. After a few more uncomfortable seconds, the Haxorus suddenly moves her snout towards me, giving me a small sniff.
I guess that's how Porn gets to know. I guess that's how she kind of gets to know. It's okay. Actress. He won't hurt you. Period. I hope that's enough. I know it's uncomfortable. Oh, wait.
The Haxorus sniffs me for a few more seconds before suddenly lowering her snout away from my face. I try to make myself calm down, but I accidentally shiver slightly, unable to control my nervousness. The Haxorus suddenly notices my shiver and tilts her head at me, seemingly curious.
Frick, it's actually hard to. Should I randomly be. I might actually have to see if I can get Hackers to speak English because here's the problem. I can't understand what she's thinking right now. She's just sniffing and looking curiously at him. So and at least Noivern, I'm kind of getting a clue of how he's feeling because of him being able to read all his thoughts out loud. But hold on, can speak English. Can speak English. Let's see if we can understand her now. This is all right. Oh wait, he says.
I find myself slightly taken aback that the Haxorus can't speak like you can. I guess I was expecting a powerful looking Pokemon like her to be able to hold a full on
That would
conversation
be
with me like a
interesting.
normal human. I suddenly snap out of my thoughts when Haxorus suddenly bumps her nose into my leg, nuzzling up to me much like she was with you before.
I guess that's her way of being nice and friendly then. Wait, I put that in. Oh, it put can't. It seems like she really likes you! Exclamation point. I turned to Haxorus. Do you like him? Question mark. I don't. The problem is I can't get. Oh, Nova's gonna be so weird out if I make her start speaking English now. Ah, that's cute.
The Haxorus suddenly turns her gaze away from me to you, giving you a low roar in reply. Though I can't understand what she's saying, I'm pretty sure I can understand what she means to say. She's basically saying, yes.
There you go. I'm sorry you can't understand her. Period. I can help you understand her if you want me to. Oh, Hackers is gonna be so weirded out by this because if she starts, hey, that's some of the point got weirded out when that happened. Let's see. Let's see what he said.
I suddenly find myself taken aback by your statement. You can help me understand her? I've never seen or heard of human being able to communicate with Pokemon before. I can't help but be filled with curiosity, Yua. Sure. How can you understand her exactly?
Watch this. Period. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so awkward because then she's gonna start talking too. Oh my gosh, it does work.
I suddenly blink in surprise as the Haxorus's voice suddenly changes to an actual human language. I can understand what she's saying, like she's actually speaking a real language to me. The sudden change in language also catches the Haxorus slightly off guard, and even she seems surprised by her own voice.
I know it's a new experience for you. And it may take a while to get used to. Period. But now we can all understand each other. What is she gonna say to that? Oh hey! This is neat.
The Haxorus looks slightly surprised by the sound of her own voice, the fact that she can now speak in a human language. She turns her gaze to me, giving me a smile that's strangely friendly and sweet for such a fierce and powerful looking Pokemon. The Haxorus finally turns her attention to me, and in a slightly feminine yet powerful voice says, "It's nice to meet you, Noivern."
At least it says some of the names normally. Noivern hackers that just know it. Hey, how says Feraligatr? Or Feraligatr. However it says his name. Uh, it's very sweet and kind hearted. Period. She can probably make friends very easily just because of how gentle and kind she is. Of how gentle, and kind she is. Exclamation point. Is you gonna turn around and talk to me? Cause that's kind of beat the crap out of anybody. What in the world? Hold on. Let me hear what.
I find myself slowly nodding along to your statement. The Haxorus is certainly strong and powerful, and can probably beat the crap out of anybody who pisses her off, but at the same time, there is definitely a softer, gentler side to her. I can't help but find it just a little bit surprising, coming from a Pokemon who looks so fierce and scary on the outside, but is actually quite friendly and sweet on the inside.
I did not expect him to say that. Of all words. Holy, that's the one thing about flipping having the thing read out that might be a bad. That might be edited out just that little part right there. She's a very kind and docile dragon. Exclamation point. I think really the only thing that makes her mad the only thing that makes her mad is if you touch her tusk. Unless she says something else might. Oh, holy freak. I don't think they can have that read out. I'll have to read. He used the word again. He suddenly grimaced at the picture of any stupid person who would willingly try to touch the actress's tusk and pee her off. I can't even imagine what she'd do to someone if they uh, ticked her off that badly. It says in the Pokedex that she will go into an unbelievable rage. Period. Uh, let's see what he said. This I got you.
I nod, suddenly remembering reading about that part in the Pokedex. I know most of the things the Pokedex says is greatly exaggerated, and the Pokedex is extremely overdramatic a lot of the time. But with a powerful Pokemon like Haxorus, I know not to doubt that statement, yeah. I remember reading that in the Pokedex. I can never understand idiots who would willingly try to touch her tusks in the first place.
I don't either. Exclamation point. But other than that, she is a very sweet and kind-hearted Pokemon. Period. Ain't that right? I hope she's okay with this because she hasn't returned to talk to me, which is kind of interesting, actually. Hey, I don't think I can actually read this. Guys, please ignore the part where he says the hiss word, or where he says hiss, so the actual bad word. Okay, please ignore that. I don't expect it either.
The Haxorus suddenly turns her gaze back to you, giving you a small nod of agreement. Though there is an undeniable power and confidence in her voice, there is also a very small hint of gentleness and sweetness as well. That small hint alone is enough to make her appear much more caring and docile than most would expect from a Pokemon that powerful, yeah. I'm not easy
Oh
to piss
yeah.
off, to be honest. The only thing I hate is when people touch my tusks.
Let's see if this Hattress is the same thing as that other hat. See if my Hattress in here says the same thing as that Hattress I met in town that one day. Is there a reason why you don't like your being touched? Question mark. Being touched? Question mark. She's probably, if it's the same thing, she's probably gonna be like, it's a sensitive part of my body or something. Yeah, sensitive. I see the word sensitive in there.
The Haxorus suddenly gives a small sigh at your question. It's not so much that I don't like my tusks being touched. It's the fact that my tusks are extremely sensitive, and most humans don't know how to touch them properly to begin with. I swear. There's no such thing as a human who knows the right way to touch my tusks. Every time some idiot human gets his grubby hands on them, I always get hurt because they're too rough and careless.
What's the right way? Question mark. I know you don't like that area being touched. Being touched. Being touched. Period. But what is the spot you don't mind having touched by people? Question mark. Oh, oh no. Oh.
The Haxorus looks a little surprised by your question. She looks like she's not sure about answering your question, slightly reluctant to disclose any information about her
Oh,
tusks. Well, there actually is a certain part of my tusks that doesn't hurt when being touched, but I'm not sure I really want to tell you where that is.
I know it makes you uncomfortable. So you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Exclamation point. I'm just happy knowing that you like me. And I always want to have that trust. So I will never mess with your tusk. Tusk. Close. Unless you say it's okay. Period. I actually didn't know after actually it's a spot. I'm not gonna flip and make her answer if she don't want to because she's uncomfortable. Oh crap, this video's been on a little bit too long. We'll see her response. I think I defer how I want to go to a different one, guys, but I don't completely know. I'm trying to figure out the best option. I'll see what Hatcher says in the next video. I'll be right back.